Welcome again then, and we hope you're ready for another fantastic session as the teams prepare to unleash their cars for qualifying at the Canadian Grand Prix. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
Top speed is a key factor for this circuit. Even if you can achieve the same lap time as someone running less wing than you, chances are you'll find overtaking difficult if you have too much drag.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Impact7 and today I'm going to play in F1 2019. This is my Make Max Verstappen Drivers World Champions Series, Episode 7. I'd like to thank everyone who's watching right now, I really do appreciate it. Please don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment and subscribe. Really push my road to 600 subscribers. If you want to keep up to date with my latest information.
To view your current tyre, brake and engine temperatures, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then press it again to cycle through till you reach the temperature information screen.
As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. If you want to keep up to date with my latest information, please don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Discord. Links, all as usual, are in the description box down below. Now then, we've been having a couple of decent results as of late. We got our first pole position in Spain. Then the previous race in Monaco, we got both pole and the win, which is great for us. Now Canada, a track where I normally do pretty well at.
It's pretty quiet out on track. We should consider getting out there.
Will you stop interrupting me, for crying out loud? Anyway, the carts that I'll be using for this video are in the description box down below. If any of you want to use it, feel free, or if you just want to take a look, be my guest. Now then, we're in qualifying 1. I believe it's dry in qualifying and dry in the race. Good for me. Well, a bit cloudy later on in the race. Not too sure whether that's going to be some rain, but hopefully not. Alright, here we go for qualifying 1. Almost finished my final lap here in qualifying 1. Just the final chicane to go. We attack the chicane there. Shortest run to the line. My time is 4 tenths down, 1 minute 10.5. Kvyat's in 4th, that's surprising. So far, Hamilton, Vettel, then it's me.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Verstappen, then it's Kvyat, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And that's the end of qualifying 1. So I was able to finish 4th, not too bad. 6 tenths of a second down on Lewis Hamilton. I'll take that. My teammate was in 6th place. So the first 5 cars of the minute in qualifying 1 are Kevin Magnussen, Roman Grosjean, Nico Hulkenberg, George Russell and Robert Kubica. Here we go for qualifying 2. I'm about to begin my qualifying 2 lap time. Here we go. Not too bad so far. Fastest first sector time by almost half a second, though Hamilton is on the mediums. Carried a lot of speed through that corner. Almost 2 tenths quicker in the second sector. DRS activated, just the final chicane to go. DRS, shortest run to the line. My time is 1 minute 9.8.
You've just put in the fastest lap. Good job.
I think that's a good time. I think that's the fastest time we've seen so far in qualifying, though I do think it'll be beaten at some point. Okay, we're able to finish at the top of the timesheet in qualifying 2. 6 tenths quicker than second place man Lewis Hamilton, though he's on the mediums. The fact that Lewis was able to finish ahead of his teammate who was on a quicker tyre than him is very impressive. So the next 5 cars eliminated in qualifying 2 are Carlos Sainz, Antonio Giovinazzi, Daniel Ricciardo, Daniel Kvyat and Alexander Albon. Here we go to the pole position shootout. Here we go, we're in qualifying 3 now. I've advanced the time. I think we'll get one final lap so far. Lewis Hamilton's quickest, 1 minute 9.8, which I think is about the time I did in qualifying 2. It's a brand new set of softs. Here we go.
When you're ready, let's go.
As long as I don't make any silly mistakes, I think I can get at least on the second row of the grid. Considering what I did in qualifying 2, it's possible I could get pole position again. 3 pole positions in a row would be pretty nice to achieve, but it's going to be very interesting to see how it goes. And the first person on track for this final run, qualifying 3. I really need Bottas. No, my mistake's not Bottas, it's Hamilton. I really need Hamilton to start losing points. Whether it be retirements, whether it be he has an incident in the first corner. I need something to happen to him if I want to challenge for the Drivers' Championship, because so far he's got quite a nice lead over me. My teammate's the only one still in the pits right now. Just trying to get these tyres warm. I don't think my teammate's coming out again. Staying in the pits. Only a minute left to go. That's not enough time to get out and do an out lap and do a lap, so I think he's done. Let's see what I can do now. Oh, ran wide a bit. That's going to cost me. Fastest in the first sector, that's what I like to see. Maybe I took too much curb exiting that corner there. Oh, didn't even hit the curb on the inside. Compromised my line. Four attempts down. Qualifying complete. I normally make up a bit of time going through the final chicane here, so let's see how I do. Really attacked the chicane there. Definitely want to finish ahead of my teammate. Where am I going to end up? I think I got pole. Second place. Oh, I know I got into the 1 minute 9s. Did Lewis improve his time?
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we
Yes,
begin,
he did.
let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Look how close that was. Look how close that is. Oh, come on. I did go wide a couple times. Oh, that's so annoying. Alright, got second place. I think that's very good. My teammate's 7th. That's the end of qualifying. If you're liking the video so far, please don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment and subscribe. Really, really push my road to 600 subscribers. Okay, let's go to the race now.
All it takes is one look around the crowd to know it's finally race day. The atmosphere at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is incredible. Personally, I think we're in for a brilliant race. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. Anthony Davison joins me today and looking very chirpy as well, it must be said. And by your smile, I'm guessing you're anticipating a good race today.
I always get like this when it comes to race day, Crofty. You should know that. I do think we're in for an extra exciting one today, though, that's for sure. The current lineup of drivers are all super competitive, and with the recent upgrades being made by some of the teams, who knows how today will play out.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Perez, Gasly, Raikkonen, Stroll and Lando Norris, Sainz, Giovinazzi, Daniel Ricciardo and Kvyat, Albon, Magnussen, Roman Grosjean and Nico Hülkenberg. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Here we are on the grid now. 35 lap race. Gonna have 2 pit stops. Got 38 laps of fuel on board. Gonna reduce that to 37. As I said, 2 pit stops, 2 soft tyre runs, 1 medium tyre run. Alright, here we go. Three laps, 4 laps, 5 laps, we are racing! I actually had a better start than Lewis considering he's on the mediums, and I sort of did, but then Bottas just went flying as well. Tried to go around the outside of the Mercedes, but just nothing doing there. Fortunately, I lost the position. Bit annoying. Got to make those positions back. Very good start from Bottas. Very good. Got the 2 Ferraris right behind me. Leclerc's on the mediums. The initial launch, I think I had the better one, but then Bottas. no contest between Bottas and me. Bottas just flew ahead. Oh, wait a minute. Go for a massive lunge. And I got him. Actually, helped out Bottas here. I mean, not Bottas, sorry. Helped out the Ferrari a bit. Allowed them to get a bit closer. Alright, let's reduce ERS a bit. Really attack the chicane here. Look how close I am to Lewis. Very close. Been able to really pull a nice gap over Bottas here. That's really my advantage, the way I take the chicane just before the pit straight. Leclerc is now in second place. On lap 2, 35. Ran a bit wide. Gonna allow Lewis to get away a bit. Really needs to stick with him. Might be able to get an undercut if I pit earlier than him. Right now I'm trying to save some ERS. Fuel not so much. I don't mind burning fuel for the time being. Personal best, sectors 1 and 2. Lewis Hamilton, I believe, is a Drivers' Championship leader right now. Cut nicely to Hamilton once again.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
Lewis Hamilton just set the new fastest lap of the race. I think that was 1 minute 12.8 and I did a 1 minute 13.1, so not that much different. I gained so much time going through that final chicane. All I need to do is stay with him till I get to the end of that long DRS straight, and I could possibly attack him going across the line, but it's all about how I do for the rest of the lap. I think even the first sector I'm not too bad, I can stay with him. It's the second sector where I lose quite a bit of time on him. Ran a bit wide. Remember, Hamilton's on the mediums, I'm on the softs. DRS. This will help a little bit. Should get another dose of DRS. across the line. Bottas is being attacked by a full, wow, I was just about to say a Force India, by a Racing Point and a Ferrari. Good exit. DRS, can I catch and pass him? Here we go. Here we go. This is trying to go defensive. I'm going to go try and outbrake him. Got him. Got first place. There we go. That's what I like to see. Let's look at this flashback. Let's look at this instant replay. Good slipstream. Really had to outbrake him there. To move him. He had to get out of it, otherwise it would have been a collision. Let's see if I can open up a bit of a gap now to Lewis. He's going to go longer in the stint thanks to the mediums he's on. Good exit from Lewis Hamilton. Going to stick to the inside. Lewis is going to have to wait for me to turn in. Got a bit of a gap to Lewis. He's going to close in again with this DRS hit. I've got a nice gap to Lewis here. It was just outside the 1 second window, which is what I need. Really having to concentrate with Lewis right behind me like this.
Some information on Russell. They're retiring from the race.
Just Russell's out of the race. Not too sure what happened to him. Lewis has caught up.
We advise moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
That wasn't a good corner for me. This is going to have another opportunity to attack me now. Look at him gain, look at him gain.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag, so we're close to where George Russell ended up retiring. Just on the side there. We're on lap 6 now.
Okay, clear.
Just like what happened in real life between Vettel and Hamilton in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Verstappen and Hamilton are fighting for the win. Leclerc's not too far behind though. Did the fastest first sector, but as usual this is the sector where I lose out to Hamilton. So close to the best sector time. I think I'm going to be pitting soon. Lap 9, okay. This isn't close enough just yet. Try and overtake. This is a 50% race. 35 laps.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs. Gap to teammate behind is 15.1 seconds.
As I mentioned before in this series, I restrict myself to only 2 flashbacks when I'm doing a 50% race. If I was doing a 25% race, it would only be 1 flashback. Eight tenths, so Lewis is behind me right now. Coming up to my pit stop window. Being able to keep ahead of Lewis for a couple of laps now. There's a big gap between Leclerc and Vettel. Not too sure how that happened. Hamilton's quite close. Don't have rich fuel mix. Here comes Lewis. Move over to the inside, back to the outside for the racing line. Lewis has to brake and wait for me to take the corner. He's got to get another chance at DRS. Starting to feel the wear on these tyres right now. Doesn't feel good. I think I'm going to box at the end of this lap. Don't want to be losing any time to Lewis, to be honest. Where am I going to end up? 5th place, it says I'm going to end up somehow. If I pit now, which is a bit weird. Kind of surprising if you ask me, but okay, I'll take it. This is right behind me, moving over to the inside. And he's just sails by me.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
Yep, that's no problem. I should get, if I stay with him, I should get DRS. Going down the straight. Don't think it will help me pass him, but at least help me close the distance on him.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Yep, boxing this lap. Almost ran into the back of Lewis. But here we go. %.
Go, go, go.
2.5. Not too bad. How long's the pit stop going to be? It is 22.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
22 seconds for a pit stop. Now, I've just pitted before Lewis. Let's see if I can get an undercut on him. Need to put in some quick lap times now. We're on lap 9. I'd like to thank everyone who's watching right now. We do appreciate it. If you're enjoying the race so far, please don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Really would appreciate my road to 600 subscribers. Saving some fuel. Got to get some slipstream from Perez here. Maybe some DRS too. Perez dives into the pits. It's very difficult if you're attacking a car that does that, and because they don't really have to slow down for the corner, and you might mistake in that and just carry on with them. So you really have to pay attention to that.
The gap behind us is 4.2 seconds.
Okay, 4.2 seconds between me and Stroll. Would like to know what the gap is between me and Hamilton right now. I should have closed the gap on him a little bit at least. Really trying to push hard. Half a second up. On the first sector time. Personal, no, not personal best. The best sector time, I should say. Oh, almost off the back end. Seven tenths up in the second sector time. Right behind Vettel now. DRS should allow me to catch and pass him. Here we go. Put down to low, the DRS. Vettel's staying on the left, so I'm guessing he might be pitting. Yes, he is. Had to change the angle I was going to.
The gap to the car ahead is 7.4 seconds.
Had to change the angle I was going to take the final corners to make sure I didn't get in the way of Vettel.
Pierre is in the pits.
Pierre's in the pits, just at the fastest lap of the race.
We're leading our teammate by 7.1 seconds.
1 minute 12.5. Pushing really hard right now. Not really caring about saving the tyres, to be honest. Move that back up to medium. Not too far behind Hamilton right now. Leclerc on the mediums.
Leclerc ahead, Gap to car in front is 7.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 10 laps old. We think they've got 2 stops remaining. The time last lap was a 1:14.5.
1:14.5. I was 2 seconds quicker than Leclerc on that previous lap. I'm flying right now, absolutely flying. And Leclerc isn't too far behind Hamilton. It was 22 seconds last time I checked for the pit stop. Things are looking good for me right now. Things are looking quite good. .16 seconds clear, Ricciardo. Red Bull's feeling quite nice around this track. Looking for another win, looking for back-to-back wins here. Is going to be difficult. Okay, too much speed there. Still waiting for Leclerc to pit. He hasn't just yet. Did another fastest lap of the race.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
1 minute 12.3. Don't think there was much of a difference between this lap and the last one that did the fastest lap of the race of. Really throwing the car around this track. This is, I think, my favorite track. This is a track that I can fling the car around and actually gain performance out of it without damaging the car or getting a warning. .20 seconds clear.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.0 seconds.
20 seconds clear of full pace man Vettel. Very happy about that. Vettel's on, I believe, another set of the soft tyres. Hamilton dived into the pits. So too Leclerc. So lap 13, they're able to do 13 laps on those medium tyres.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Hamilton's on the softs. I think he's going to stay onto the softs for his next stop, which is not going to be good for me while I'm on the mediums. Got a nice sizable gap over Hamilton. We're on lap 19 now. Be boxing at the end of this lap. So far I'm in the lead. I'm about to be the only guy who stopped twice so far, so according to this, I'll be coming out in 3rd place once my pit stop is done. My tyres 49% on the front left, considering there's quite a few right-handed turns, particularly this hairpin here. Not surprising that the front left is the most worn.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
Just been trying to be consistent. Don't want to do anything silly. Hamilton's been pumping in the quick times. He's on the soft tyres, much fresher than mine. I think he's going to be on the soft tyres in his next pit stop as well, so I need to really push once I get onto the mediums. Diving into pits now. Hopefully this is a good stop.
Go now.
2.4. Hamilton whizzes by. So too does Leclerc.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Right behind Leclerc here. Always feels nice to have a brand new set of tyres on. Now I can't allow Hamilton to get away from me too much here, because the bigger the gap between me and Hamilton before he pits, the smaller the gap after he pits, and he's going to be way quicker than me on the soft tyres, so I need to pull out as much of a gap as possible to him. For Hamilton, really, the sooner he pits for the softs, the better. More time for him to try to attack me. Going on for another lap, Hamilton. So to Leclerc. Driver in front.
Leclerc is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 1.2 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 13.8.
1 minute 13.8, okay. Went a bit wide there. Should be getting DRS here. I think I'll be able to pass him down the pit straight if I have a good exit out of the chicane. There's a warning for me. Oh, Leclerc force well to the grass. Can I make the corner? Yes, I can just. Oh, that was close.
Nice move. Good job.
I thought I was going to lose control of the car for a second there. That's just Lewis ahead of me now. It's 3.7 the gap between me and him. Which means if he was to pit now, the gap between me and him once he came out of the pits would be around 18 seconds. Things are looking good for me so far. Lewis dives into the pits.
Hamilton is in the pits.
So that's 13 laps. We're at 12 laps now. 12 laps he's going to have. What's he putting on? He's putting on the mediums. Interesting. I would have thought he would have put on the softs. I guess he didn't have an extra set of soft tyres. That's even better for me then. Before I started qualifying, I did change my weekend tyre allocation to soft, so I had more soft tyres
Pierre is in for his stop.
than anyone else. So that might be the reason why I was able to do 2 runs on the softs, which I guess now, thinking back, was a really smart idea for me to do. 15.4 seconds clear of Lewis, with 12 laps to go. Just gonna maybe able to lap some cars. As long as I don't make any silly mistakes, I could actually win this.
Gap to teammate behind
so
is
close.
49.3 seconds.
So close to hitting the wall there. We're on lap 28 now. Caught to some back markers. Things are looking good so far. 12.7 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton in second place. Got 3 cars ahead of me. Hopefully they don't hold me up too much. DRS. Oh my days, I had to cut the corner to make sure I didn't hit Kubica there. Nicely done from Albon there, lets me pass really quickly. Although it did lose a heap of time to Magnussen. And also to Kubica now as well.
Okay, the gap behind is 12.5 seconds.
Well, I also passed a Alfa Romeo that was in the pits. Catching up to Magnussen now. He's on my inside. Oh, Magnussen.
If you continue to cut corners, the stewards will give you a penalty.
What? Oh, no, that's not fair. Magnussen was right next to me.
You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
That's unbelievable. That's really and truly unbelievable for Magnussen there. Oh my days. That really was not fair. I had nowhere to go, to be honest. But I got a 3-second time penalty, which is really annoying. Lap 30, 5 laps left to go. So basically right now I need to lose 2 seconds a lap to Hamilton in order for Hamilton to catch me. Actually, tell you the truth, all he needs is to be within the 3-second gap in order to win the race. That's something I don't want to happen. We're on lap 33 now, just 2 more laps left to go. Being able to keep the distance between me and Hamilton between 9 and 10 seconds. I've got a 3-second time penalty. Magnussen being silly caused me to cut the chicane.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
So close to getting 2 race wins in a row. Almost had, maybe should have had 3 pole positions in a row, but instead I only have 2, which I'm pretty happy about considering. 9.1 the gap between me and Hamilton. Ricardo, you better get out of the way.
Okay, we think the effects of the tyre deg are going to kick in soon. We should be alright for the time being, but you will start to find it a bit more slippery out there.
Ricardo let me by. Future teammates, not future, sorry, past teammates.
The car behind is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap. Okay, some information on Bottas. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Oh, that's just too bad for Bottas now, isn't it? Lewis has caught up to the pack that I passed recently, which includes Magnussen. Final lap now coming up. Now you see, Grosjean, thank you. Why can't your teammate learn from you?
This is your final lap of the race.
Final lap of the race. Oh, Hulkenberg got in my way there. Didn't expect him to right there. Compromised my line a bit. So close. If I'm not mistaken, it's the French Grand Prix next. The track I'm not too bad at. Not too sure whether I can win the race or not, but I think I can definitely get on the podium. Been a great race for me. This track is always a track where I think at least a podium is very achievable. 7.6 the gap between me and Hamilton. Take 3 off of that, that'll be 4. But that don't matter. As I go through the chicane now. To win the Canadian Grand Prix. 2 races in a row, let's go.
Yes, you've done it. Well done.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Nico Hülkenberg's clean driving throughout the event.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Okay, so we're now in second place, 27 points behind Lewis Hamilton. Very happy with that. Constructors, we've closed the gap on Ferrari to 9 points now. So second place is all to grab now for us. Very good weekend for us. Bottas had his issues, so he dropped from 3rd to 7th. Very happy with that. That's the end of this video. I'd like to thank everyone who's watched. Really appreciate it. If you want to keep up to date with my latest information, please follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Discord. Links are free as usual are in the description box down below. Aside from that, please don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you all have a great day. Laters.